Stevie. All right, as usual, I'm just going to give it a minute or so, let people join in. Got a few starting to join in now, so I'll just give it a little bit longer. We didn't get as nicer weather as we have for the last couple of weeks. Looks like it could turn. We'll see if we can get it done before it does. All right, we've got a few on already, so welcome back to anyone that's done one of my sessions so far. This is my third week running a Train Like a Pro session. For anyone new to my session, I'll introduce myself. My name's Tammy. I'm part of the 776BC team here in Melbourne. I also am a strength and conditioning coach and an Olympic weightlifter competitor in the Masters category. So what we're going to do for today, as usual, we're going to warm up together. I'm going to take you through that warm up. Then we're going to move into some overhead press technique where I'm going to run through the fundamentals of the overhead press and just again going back to basics and making sure we have those right, and then we'll finish off with a bit of a workout. So for the workout, yes, you and for the press movement, you will need something that you can use to press overhead. A couple of ideas that I've got here is something like a book, or a ball or a broomstick. If you do have access to any weights, you can use a plate, which is probably what I'll use. So I'll give you 30 seconds or so if you want to go and get something that you will need. You won't need it for the warm up, but if you grab it, and then we'll have it for the rest of the session. So I'll just give you guys 30 seconds, go grab something that we can use to press overhead, and we'll also be using it in the workout. All right, hopefully everyone's managed to grab something. If not, you will get another chance. Let's run through this warm-up. I'm going to keep my same format that I have been the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to do the entire warm-up with you with 3 rounds. We'll start off with some mountain climbers. So with the mountain climbers, we come down into a plank position and we bring the foot to the outside of the hand. So that's 1 rep. Alternate, 2, 3, we're going to go to 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, staying in this position, you're going to walk yourself all the way out and reach as far as possible. So no push up. So we walk all the way and reach out and back in. So we'll do 5 reps here. There's 2. 3. 4, 5. Okay, coming down into a lunge, and then I want you to reach back and alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So same format. Let's go through 2 more times. So down for those mountain climbers. We'll speed it up a little bit now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into our plank and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, down for the lunge and reach back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last round through. Again, see if we can open up a little bit more through those hips. Down for those mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out for our plank and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Okay, lunge and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. If you've been sitting down at a desk for today, perhaps that was a nice opener in through the back and also in through those hips. So what you'll need now is your object. I'm going to use this, which is equivalent to a broomstick, just to go through our pressing movement. So that's what I'm referring to, is pressing a load overhead. Just like we did with the squat, it doesn't really matter if you're quite familiar with this movement or brand new. There's always something that you can learn from going back to basics and just refining those basics to make it a strong movement. So grab your object, whatever you're going to use to press overhead. Grab yourself a little bit of space. So the foundation, I guess, is not really any different from setting up for that back squat or that squat if you did my first week with me, as it will be for any other movement. So it's always going to come back to the feet. Remember, the feet being the base of the pyramid. We get those correct, everything else has a better opportunity of working correctly and in a strong position. So that in mind, again, let's remember how we find that balance through the feet. So where you're standing, try it again, rock back into the heels, into the toes. Do that a couple of times. Now just try and find that grounding of pressing the big toe into the floor, okay? That should give you even distribution between the front and the back of the foot and not letting you roll onto the sides of the feet or back into the heels. That's our first thing. You want to take your object, we're just going to pop it into, depending what you're using, I've obviously got this position, this stick here, so I'll be able to pop it into what we call a rack position. But if you've got something that you're holding in front, we just want to make sure we're holding it in this position here. So just get comfortable in that position to begin with and think about those feet. Okay, from here, I'm just going to show you the overhead press before we break it down further. So the overhead press, this will be your finished position. You can see in alignment where my arms are finishing relative to my spine. So I'm not pushing a load out in front and I'm not trying to bring it too far behind. This is going to be my position where I think biceps cover the ears. The other thing with pressing a load overhead is we want to make sure that we never load up through the back. Okay, so again, if you look at my position, if I start to break, again, you can see quite clearly that that line starts to change where I'm flaring the hips. This position here is going to load up through my back. So we're going to learn how to stay in this position nice and tight. Okay, so rest for a second with your object, pop it on the floor in front. Let's go back and find that brace position and we're going to put it all together to put a load overhead. Okay, so that brace position, remember our obliques. We've got our belly button, about 2 centimeters under our belly button. Take the fingers out to the sides, first 2 fingers. Push them into those obliques and try and push your fingers away. And rest. Let's do that 2 more times. Find those obliques, push the fingers in and push those fingers away. That's going to bring those hips into a nice tucked position and release. 1 more time. Fingers into the obliques, push them away and release. Okay, try and remember what that position feels like. You can see I shift from a tilt through those hips and the hips will tuck under, making this a nice, strong, solid position here to protect that back. Okay, let's pick up our object. Popping that object just into the chest or onto the shoulders. Press that big toe into the floor. Push into that belly. And let's press that object overhead. I want you to hold here for a second. Just have a look. See if you can see your biceps in your peripheral vision. Okay, if you can see them out in front, make that adjustment to bring them back in line, but also watching that we don't start to flare out that rib cage and switch off this strong core position. Okay, bring it back to the shoulders. Press overhead again. Again, make any adjustments that you need. You'll start to get comfortable finding that position. Back to the shoulders. And 1 more. Okay, just holding, relaxing in that position. Back to the shoulders. The other thing that we want to make sure of, now that we've found where our finished position is, we may still need to make those small adjustments. We want to make sure that when we're moving that load into the overhead position, that we're making sure it's the most efficient possible. What I mean by that is, We're not pushing it away from us or around our face. As soon as we push a load away from us, what tends to happen is this. Okay, you can see I go into that position that I spoke about earlier, where that load's going to go straight into my lower back. So when we've got our bar or our object in our rack position, we want to tuck that chin in and keep that object nice and close till we get to that finished overhead position. Watch me again for 2 more reps. Okay, so at no point was I pushing it around my face away from me. Okay, so we're gonna now together put all of the pieces of the puzzle, starting from the feet as we work up to safely move that load overhead. So again, find your position. You've got your object, big toe pressed into the floor, push into that belly, and when you're ready, you'll go for 3 reps. Pushing that bar nice and close, hold at the top for 2 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. And hold for 2 seconds. Just give yourself a rest. So effectively what we're trying to do is make sure that we're keeping the movement efficient by keeping the load close to us as we press overhead, but also making sure we're in the strongest position possible to do that. And that's with that brace position and making sure that we're not losing balance through those feet. As soon as we start to, I guess, rock back into the heels or out to the sides of the feet, again, the body's not in the most strongest position it can be, and we're probably missing the opportunity to make sure that we're switched on through this midline here. And again, as I said earlier, that tends to load up through the back. So let's go together again. We're going to finish off with 5 last reps, building it from the feet upwards. So find that foot position, press the big toe into the floor, push into the belly. You've got your object in place to press overhead. Let's keep it nice and close, tuck the chin in. Biceps to ears, hold for 2 seconds. Same on the way down. Hold for 2 seconds. Tuck the chin in on the way back. Let's go for 3 more. Two more. Good. 1 last rep. Hold it overhead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your start position and rest. Okay, so that's just a quick run through of moving a load overhead. So when we're moving any load overhead, again, we want to practice the basics first. So these are probably a quick rundown of what the basics would be, just to make sure that it's a safe, you're moving as safely as possible. Any questions on that one, or if something you want to know a little bit more about any of it, please pop some comments in. I'm happy to answer them after the session. But for now, you'll still need your object. We are going to run through a little bit of a workout. The workout that I've put together for tonight, this style of workout is up to you on how hard you want to push. Basically, the workout will be, again, an interval style of training. So it will be our EMOM, which is every minute on the minute, meaning every round lasts for 1 minute. The round will start with 10 lateral jumps. Again, I'm going to demonstrate these, and 5 thrusters. The catch to this workout is that every minute the thrusters will increase by 2 reps. So in round 2, we'll do 10 lateral jumps and 7 thrusters. In round 3, 10 lateral jumps, 9 thrusters. And you can see until we go right through for 10 minutes. You can push and see how far you can get, how many reps you can get. You can get to a number and you can stay there. You may take the approach where you want to allow yourself to have a certain amount of rest every single round. It's up to you. I'm probably going to just see how far I can actually get. I obviously still need to be able to talk to you guys, so I'll make sure that I can do that. But I'm going to demonstrate the movements. So with your lateral jump, if you're using an object, this is optional if you want to jump across the object. If you don't, this is your lateral jump. So it's 10 in total. If you have any knee or ankle issues, by all means you can skip across or you can step across. Okay? If you're using an object, please be careful, depending what it is. You can jump across the object. So it's a bit like a ski jump. With your thruster, this is where we're going to put our overhead position and our squat into practice. Whatever it is you're using, hold it close to the chest, into that overhead position. So that will be your thruster. The trick with the thruster is to make sure that you keep breathing. So inhale and we exhale at the top. That's how you're going to recover for the next round. So that very first round is only 15 reps, the 10 lateral jumps and the 5 thrusters. The remainder of the minute will be a rest. So we'll see how we go. I'll call out which round we're up to and how many reps we need to do, because I'll have the timer over here. At the end, I'll get you guys to post in the comments how many thrusters or which round that you managed to get up to. If you get into a position where we get up to say 8 thrusters and that's plenty for you, then just stay there for the rest of the round, so we'll get everyone to complete 10 minutes of work. All right, let's not put it off any longer. So get yourself again a little bit of space. We're going to get a 3-second count in, and we're going to start with our 10 lateral jumps. 3, 2, 1, and go. Then your 5 thrusters. Good. Once you've got them done, the rest of the time is a rest. So we have 30 seconds. Our next round, 10 lateral jumps, 7 thrusters. Okay, 20 seconds. The break's quite nice. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 10 reps. Once you've done those, 7 thrusters. Then you get to rest. So we still have 30 seconds rest. So try and use this rest period. Again, just get that heart rate back down if it has spiked up a little bit. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Ten seconds. Okay, so it'll be round 3. And off you go. Okay, we're up to 9 thrusters. Okay, once you've done your 9 thrusters, you rest. 20 seconds rest. We're going into round 4 and we move up to 11 thrusters. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 10 reps. 11 thrusters. 'Kay, again, now you've got your rest period. Okay, 10 seconds. We're going up to 13 thrusters. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 13 reps. Oh, good. Okay, that's halfway through. Okay, we have 10 seconds. We move up to 15 thrusters. Otherwise, stay where you are on the number of thrusters you're working on. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, rest breaks are getting a bit shorter. Okay, 15 seconds. Move up to 17 reps. Again, otherwise stay at the number of reps you're working on and keep consistent. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 17 reps. Okay, 10 seconds. Again, if you're ready, you can go to 19 thrusters or hold where you are. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Two more rounds. Okay, Okay, next round will be 21 thrusters. We go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good, one more round left. Final round if you are up to it, 23. 23 thrusters. And go! Woo. 10 seconds. And time. Wow. All right. So guys, with that one, I hope you took the option that was challenging but doable for you. Post in the comments where you got up to, or if you managed to get through all 23 reps at the end. Maybe show us in a picture what you're using. If you're using an object overhead, I need some inspiration for some ideas. So again, that's just another one where it's about work capacity, just seeing what you can manage in a set period of time. The breathing I found was really helpful, so hopefully you gave that a bit of a go as well. But that's my session for this week. Make sure you get that breathing back in check, spend a little bit of time stretching after this session. Other than that, enjoy your evening and make sure you tune in for the rest of the athletes throughout the week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks everyone.